Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Didn't get mic'd up. Assalamu alaikum. How are you guys today? Wait a minute. Go under. Okay, I'll start talking in a minute. Wait for some people to come. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Yeah, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. And we'll get started, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. 9 people here. Good to see you on this beautiful Sunday evening. I hope you all have coronavirus so that you can become immune to it, not so you get sick from it, so you become immune to it. For those of you who don't know, last night I had so much fun putting out these true or falses on my Instagram stories. So I'm going to go through them and give you guys the answers. So just for a second, go onto your Instagram, go to the Sam of Somalia Instagram and look at my story and just go through the different true or false questions that I put out because I had so much fun putting them out. It's so funny what people think. It's so funny what people actually think I'm like or think is the case and stuff. And we're going to go through them in a second. Assalamu alaikum. We've got a good group of us now, alhamdulillah. How are you guys today? And then we'll get started, inshallah. Cool, wait for some more people to come. 15 here. I appreciate you guys. 15 people in the world want to spend their Sunday evening with me. So really nice to see you. 19. في عان الله مهدي. Walhamdulillah. Cool, yeah, so for those of you who are waiting, go over to my Instagram at the moment, Sam of Somalia Instagram, at Sam of Somalia, and have a look at the different true or false questions that I've put in there, because some of them are so funny, what people actually think. Last night, after I finished my tafsir class, I was just sitting in my car for like an hour, just thinking of these funny, just looking at these funny things that, some people think that they're true, some people think they're not. It's funny. We're going to go through them all. Okay, cool. Okay, let's get started, inshallah. Or actually, no, let's wait until 3 minutes. Let's wait until we're 3 minutes in, because then it'll be easy for me after the video. I'll put the timestamp in at the bottom, so that people who watch this later don't have to watch this whole 3 minutes at the beginning before we actually get started. So, yeah. Cool. Right. And 3 minutes in. Assalamu alaikum, those of you guys who didn't watch this live. Okay, let's go through them. So on Instagram, as I say, we did a load of true or false on Instagram. So the first one, so I can do a Rubik's Cube in under a minute. 64% thought that's false. That's actually true. In fact, on my Arabic with Sam Instagram, there's a video of me doing it. Yeah, I do it in just under a minute, actually. So that one's actually true. Although only 36% of you thought it was true, but it is true. I can do a Rubik's Cube in under a minute. Okay, what's next? I have a brother called Tim. By the way, my surname is Burr, by the way, just spelled B-U-R-R. So I have a brother called Tim, who people used to push over at school and shout, Timber! That's not true. Of course it's not true. How cruel would my mum and dad have had to be to have a son and think, oh, we'll call him Tim? So that's not true. Okay, that's not true. Yeah, just to answer a question. Okay, yeah, so that's not true. That's not true. The name that's the worst is my name, because when I joined my school in Cornwall, I joined literally the day after they just started a samba band, and obviously my name being Sam Burr, there's no prizes for guessing what everyone called me for the rest of, the amount of times people ask me if I'm in the samba band or if the band's named after me and stuff. I had to put up with that for years. Okay, so that one's not true, okay? Although 62% of people thought that it was true that I have a brother called Tim. But anyway, okay, so next one. I know sign language. 19% thought it was false, 81% thought it was true. It's true. I do know sign language. My wife is hard of hearing, and loads of her friends are deaf. And my wife's charity, the Silent Horn Foundation, is an organisation that helps the deaf, and many of our team are deaf. Many of our board members are, and I'm a trustee of that charity, and I do know sign language, British sign language. I know American Sign Language is slightly different, and yeah, as are other sign languages. So that one's actually true. That was actually true. Next one. Okay, so okay. Next one. I packed a metal spud gun in my hand luggage for a family holiday in Tunisia when I was a child and nearly got arrested for it. That's actually true. 62% of you thought it was true. It's actually really messed up because it was the year that 9/11 happened, and we were going on a family holiday to Tunisia, and already like security was crazy at that time. And yeah, I remember being in my bedroom. My mum let me pack my luggage. I probably would have been 8 years old at that point. It was 2001, wasn't it? 9/11 was 2001. So I'd have been 8. And yeah, I remember being in my bedroom and I had a penknife and I had this spud gun and some other like dangerous toys. And I thought, oh, I need my spud gun in Tunisia more than I need my gun. So yeah. But yeah, it is specific. You're right, but there are some in here that seem specific, but they're not true. Like the one about my brother's name being Tim. That's really specific, but it's not true. My brother's name is Jack. I have an older brother called Jack. My family, we've got the most boring white names you can imagine, right? My parents, Martin and Julia, my mum and dad, and then they thought they'd call their kids Jack, Sam, and Penny. It doesn't get much more white than that. Uh, cool. Okay, so the next one. This one's really surprising, actually. Okay, so my brother's more than 6 feet tall. The reason I think you'd only find that surprising if you know how tall I am. If you know who tall, because I'm on a good day like 5'7" on a good day, and like all my family are a similar height to me. But it's just my brother who's like 6'2". It's really bizarre. Like it's really strange, but that's actually true. My brother is more than 6 feet tall. I think he's about 6'2" actually, but he's a big boy. He's a big boy, mashallah. He's lifts big as well. He can deadlift about 250 kilos. He's a big boy. Okay, cool. What about the next one? So I was born in Rotorua, New Zealand. That's not true. I was born in Northampton, in the UK, but I did go to school in Rotorua in New Zealand for a very short period when I was like 14. Yeah, I went to school in Rotorua, and yeah, I love New Zealand. Yeah, went to school there. I haven't been back since, but I went to Rotorua Boys School for a very short period when I was, as I say, about 14. Um, okay, what's the next one? Okay, next one. I can easily smash, not smash. I smash, brother. I can easily smash Muhyiddin Abu Bakr, and I'm way better at jiu-jitsu. For those of you who don't know, go on Instagram and follow Muhyiddin Abu Bakr. That's his handle, if you can see it. M. Abu Bakr 98. He's yeah, he's actually a competitive MMA fighter, and he's an absolute savage. He's a very active champion. Got about 5 belts, I think. I watched him fight the other day. I wasn't able to go and buy tickets to go and watch him live, but obviously I watched him on Facebook Live when they were streaming it, and he's an absolute savage. Yeah, and in that one, I didn't even put true or false. I just put true or correct. And but I do want to roll with him sometime though. Muhyiddin, if you're watching this, I want to feel the clinch. I want us to roll one day, inshallah. And then I'll just put up a video on my YouTube channel of me getting battered by you and getting submitted 13 times in half an hour or something. But anyway, yeah. So that's a trick question because I've only put true or correct as the possibilities, and obviously it's neither because, um, you know, he's actually a legit competitive MMA fighter, and I'm sort of a bit overweight YouTuber. Let's carry on. Okay, on that note, the next one, true or false? I'm so fat that if I fought in the UFC, I'd have to cut weight to fight in the middleweight division. True or false? So, by the way, for those of you who don't have context, let me show you how big the people in the middleweight division are. I'm going to get my laptop up, okay? I'm going to show you the size of people who fight in the middleweight division, okay? One in particular comes to mind. And, okay, so look at this, yeah? I'm going to show you this guy, who I would have to fight if I was in the middleweight division. This bloke's called Yoel Romero. Look at the size of him. I'd have to fight him if I'm in the middleweight division, right? He's probably Probably, I don't know. He's not a particularly tall one, okay? Right? But like, he's massive. And unfortunately, that's actually true. I'm heavier than him. I'm heavier than him, right? Oh, yeah, Yoel Romero lost in his fight the other day, but I mean, that fight was an enigma anyway. Like that was a really bizarre fight. But that's not my point, right? My point is that I am so fat at the moment. Actually, I'm not especially fat, right? But I've just got big legs on me. I've just got big old legs. You know, whenever even when I was training jiu-jitsu regularly, like I thought about registering for competitions and stuff, but like I'm so heavy for my size that I'd have to fight people who are massive. So unfortunately, when I step on the scales, I weigh at the moment. I'm too heavy to fight in the middleweight. I'm too heavy for that at the moment. I'd have to fight light heavyweight, and I'm 5'7" on a good day. Honestly, people my size should be like featherweights. So you know. So yes, I am so fat that I would. That is actually true, unfortunately, and oh, that's annoying. 57% of you thought it was true. Guys, why do you think that's true? My videos are cut here. You can't even see my belly. So I don't know why you guys think that I'm so fat. But anyway, alhamdulillah. Let's keep it moving. Let's get the ball rolling. Okay, this one. Okay, true or false? I've never shown my wife on camera. Oh, let's go back. I've never shown my wife on camera because I actually have two, and they don't want anyone knowing that they're co-wives. 76% of people thought that was false, and only 24% thought that was true. That's false. That's false. Yeah, I don't have two wives. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to comment any more on that. But what do you mean false? Duh. What do you mean? What do you mean? You know, people were messaging me, and they're like, oh, that's the people messaging me, and they're like, oh no, we know you'd never take a second wife. Forget wouldn't, couldn't. The one I've already got sick of me. I'll be so lucky. But no, I don't have a second wife. Alhamdulillah, I'm very happy. Alhamdulillah. I don't have two wives. I have two children. I have two little boys. Alhamdulillah, Yusuf and Yunus. May Allah bless them. Say Ameen. Say Ameen. Okay, this next one. Next one. Unlike most Sams, whose full name is usually Samuel, my name is just Sam because I was named after Fireman Sam. If you don't, you guys, if you don't know who Fireman Sam is, it's like a cartoon for children from the 90s. Um, um, yeah, and it's actually true. Yeah, 51% thought it was true. That's just a guess, really, but it's actually true. Like on my passport, on my driving license, everything, it just says Sam. It's not Samuel. And I've never met any other Sams that that's the case for. Like it's almost always Samuel. It's a nightmare for filling out forms over the phone and stuff because people always assume that my full name is Samuel. Yeah, but my dad wanted to call me Sonny, and my mum wanted me to be a girl. So I don't know what she wanted to call me. And so they just said to my brother Jack when he was 3 at the time, they're like, Jack, what do you think we should call him? And he was like, Fine Sam. And they said, brilliant. That's a brilliant name. So they just called me Sam. And also, like they kind of thought that we always shorten names anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like we always shorten names. So like if people are going to shorten my name to Sam, you might as well just call me Sam. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, that's actually true that I'm actually named after the great fireman Sam. Next, okay. This one's terrible, man. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a second. Oh, no. That's okay. Okay. As children, every time the phone rang, I would tell my little sister Penny that it was a Chinese orphanage calling to arrange taking her away. Okay, so 75% of people thought that was true. Only 25% thought it was false, and unfortunately, it is true. Unfortunately, it is true. But to be fair, I wasn't the one in the lead on that. It wasn't just me. It was a family friend called Jason and my older brother. Right. It wasn't just me. Right. And it's actually kind of messed up actually because my sister had anxiety about answering the phone until she was about 16 as well. So it's kind of messed up actually. But that was a joke that we used to play on her. And I even remember being like 9, maybe. My sister would have been 4, and like would be upstairs playing or whatever, and someone would come to the door, and I'll be telling my sister that it's mum and dad talking to people about negotiating for her to be taken away by the Chinese orphanage. I don't know why we even thought Chinese, but we'd never met Chinese people in our lives. I don't even know. I don't even know where it came from. Yeah, but anyway, so that kind of makes this next one even more hilarious. So this is the next one, true or false? Despite the trauma, my little sister is now in a relationship with a Chinese man, and he's delightful. That's true. So yeah, so now my sister's actually in a relationship with a Chinese guy. Yeah, he's from Hong Kong, and he's actually really nice. I'm not of a disposition to think that a guy who's with my little sister is nice. Believe me, there have been other people who have not been treated quite as nicely, but he is nice. Him and I are like, him and I get on well now that we even hug when we see each other. We're even past like shaking hands. But that's actually true. That my sister's actually in a relationship with a Chinese man. Like, it's kind of spooky in a way. But but yeah. So that's actually true. That despite the trauma, she's actually now in a relationship with a Chinese guy. He's much better than a Palestinian guy who she was with before. He's a waste man. Um, right. Okay. Sorry. I'm just getting. Sorry. A business partner of mine, and I today we launched something on a Facebook group called Muslim Mamas. They're partners with ours, and I'm just getting notifications about how the post is going and stuff at the moment. So, yeah, yeah. So that's a business that I'm a co-founder of, called Muslim Parent Tribe. You can check it out if you're interested in it. But MuslimParentTribe.com. You can go and check that out, inshallah. Um, Anyways, okay, so that is actually true. Next one. Okay, check out this one. Okay, true or false? I chose to study drama, art, and food tech at school purely because they were the classes with the most women. Not no personal interest in the subjects whatsoever. True, 48% of people thought that was true and thought that I am indeed a dirty rat. And 52% of people have a higher opinion of me and do not think that I'm a dirty rat. And unfortunately, that's pretty much true. It's pretty much true, believe it or not. I've changed a fair bit. Oh, guys, you don't know the half of it. You don't know the half of it. No, alhamdulillah, you guys. Alhamdulillah, you guys didn't know me before Islam. Alhamdulillah. Believe it or not, yeah. This. Look at me, yeah. Look at this face, okay. I was a heartthrob at school. Believe it or not, okay. I was captain of the rugby team. I played rugby for Cornwall. That goes a long way in Cornwall, okay. And but yeah, alhamdulillah, um, alhamdulillah, Allah guided us to the straight nikah, and we do nikah now, and we don't, um, yeah, and we don't have girlfriends and that anymore, alhamdulillah. But that's actually pretty much true. But I wouldn't say no personal interest, but it did just work out that like in a lot of my lessons, it would be like just me and like 21 other women in the class. It did just kind of work out that way, and it became like a running joke. And yeah, because I was pretty sporty and stuff at that age. Like in Cornwall, rugby is like our biggest sport down there, and like I was captain of our like regional rugby team, and I was like a well respected player in the Cornwall team as well. And I remember my form tutor sitting me down at school and being like, "Why aren't you doing PE?" And I was like, "There are no women in it." I was like, "But because we don't do it with the women." And he was like, "Yeah, it makes sense for you to do art, drama, and food tech then." I wasn't even good at them. I wasn't even good at these subjects particularly, other than food. Um, I can actually cook, by the way. Like growing up in Cornwall. Like growing up in Cornwall, a lot of us, especially like because I grew up in like a seaside village, and like when you grow up in one of these little seaside villages in Cornwall, in the summer holidays, you often have to get jobs. And like I had a job in a hotel, and I ended up cooking and stuff. I ended up working as like a commie chef in in a hotel and stuff. And I'm into food, and believe it or not, another thing that's quite surprising is that like Chef Gordon Ramsay is someone who I really admire, which is kind of surprising, really. He's a foul mouth, obviously, but like he's a man who I really really admire. Um, okay, so there's a really interesting question. So we're currently talking about me being a bit of a scoundrel, a bit of a delinquent in my school years because I chose subjects where I could be with more women. But so the question is, do guys ever change though? Nothing personal to you, but I think that's just a personality trait that would change. Look, yeah, all men are like that. It's just the fact that I had the privilege of being accepted like that when I was that age, because the feeling was reciprocated for a lot of the girls in my year. That's it. Honestly, all 14, 15-year-old men would love that opportunity. Yeah, to be able to walk into the choices office and say, and have the list out and say, which one of them in? Oh, drama, oh yeah. Food tech, here you go. Most men would do that, right? And look, like, you might be like that, but like you change your outlook on the world, don't you? And you behave yourself. You grow up and you become more mature and like yeah, like and like obviously when like Islam and stuff like even in the Deen like it's a case that you I don't know. This isn't really the place to go into it, but like human beings have desires and stuff, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But like in Islam, um, um, in Islam we have guidance for ways to channel that correctly. Do you know what I mean? Like we have desires in it, men and women. Do you know what I mean? But when we come to Islam, we obviously understand that there are healthy ways to channel that and there are unhealthy ways to channel that. Maybe it's a reason why I wanted to get married young. Um, maybe, but I don't know. Um, okay, so that one's actually true. Mostly true. Yeah, but mostly true. Okay, what about the next one? Okay, here's a good one. True or false? A very close friend of mine's family are well respected in the Conservative Party. For those of you who don't know, the Conservative Party is the right-wing party here in the UK. Not like they're not alt-right; they're pretty centre-right. But they're like the main party. They're in power now. They've got an enormous majority now. Like we'll have the Conservatives in power for another decade now. Like they've got that much of a majority. Anyway, so a very close friend of mine, Muslim by the way, their family is very well respected in the Conservative Party. And at an Eid event at his house a few years ago, I sat with Theresa May and I offered her a biscuit. So this is like, there's a little bit of an embellishment, but it's mostly true. Um, well, it was actually quite weird because I didn't actually know who she was, because this would have been when she was foreign secretary. She wasn't prime minister at this point. She was foreign secretary, so it would have been 2015, I think. No, 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 sorry, not 2015. What am I talking about? 2011, because it was the year that I started uni. So 2011. Um, yeah. So I think it was Eid al-Adha, 2011, and yeah, yeah. But she was foreign secretary, and I didn't like. I'm still not really a political person. Do you know what I mean? But when my friend told me that his dad's the mayor of Windsor and stuff like that, that didn't really mean very much to me. But that's actually true. That's actually true. Yeah, cool. Okay, so the next one isn't a true or false because as I was writing it, it got so specific that there's no point in it being true or false, right? But this is actually a true story, okay? So when I first became a Muslim, my mate Ollie Barker ordered us a pizza to collect and put down my name as Mohammed. So when I went to collect, the staff were all calling me Mohammed, and Ollie's just laughing. Like it's just a laugh for Ollie, no reason. He just wanted to create a scenario where I'm in a restaurant and people are saying, "Oh, so the order for Mohammed, yeah, two pizzas for Mohammed. Enjoy your evening, Mohammed." And I'm and I'm just sort of confused. He just wanted to create that environment, and he did it fantastically. It was amazing. It was so well done. It was so well planned by him. Um, but yeah, like that just gets so specific that it's obviously true. I'm gonna drink some coffee for a second. Chat amongst yourselves. Okay, let's spin that. Started drinking coffee with oat milk, by the way. For those of you who want to cut out more dairy, of the milks that can go in coffee and stuff, I recommend oat milk. Couldn't get into almond milk, just too thin. But oat milk seems to have like a fat content that makes it almost just as good as cow's milk. Anyway, okay, so that was actually true about Ollie Barker. And another one. So as I said, like growing up in our village in Cornwall, we're in like a seaside town, right? Seaside village, smaller than that, not even a town, a village. And and like in the summer, all of us guys who were all at school together and stuff, we'd like go down to the beach and we'd go swimming and we'd like chill out on the harbour wall and stuff like that. And I remember being in the water and my mate Ollie called me to like tell me my phone was ringing or something. I don't know. My phone was ringing or just something was happening. And he calls me Osama bin Laden. So so that's a funny one that is when you're on the beach in Cornwall and your mate calls you Osama bin Laden. Insensitive, really, but good old Ollie Barker, probably my best mate from Cornwall. Um, yeah. So, anyways, okay, and that's all of them. That's all of them for today. Yeah, cool, 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 cool. Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna chill out with you guys for a little bit. If you want to ask any questions, if you want to talk about anything, I will actually announce to you guys that there is more stuff coming on this channel soon, inshallah. Yeah, I have something planned for this channel, but it's going to take a little bit more planning. I have a series of 10 episodes about something particular. Um, yeah, yeah, we have something coming out. I don't want to share too much information about it at the moment, but I have a series of 10 episodes around learning Somali coming out on this channel soon, and it's yeah, it's amazing. I'm really proud of it. So that's one thing. Also, for those of you who want an Arabic language course, you can join the Arabic in 60 Steps program and you'll get one of these in the post. This is our workbook for the program. If you want to know any more about that, then just message me, inshallah, because lots of people coming up to Ramadan especially, lots of people, come up to Ramadan especially, and people who sort of want to stay at home because of the coronavirus and stuff may wish to learn Arabic online, and I have a program for that, if that's of interest to you. Or you can just check it out at arabic60steps.com. We have just over 500 students now, but I only have 29 places left on that program because I mean this is actually the phone that I use for the Arabic in 60 Steps program. Like this phone, like I'm recording this on my phone that I actually use, but this phone's actually only for students on the Arabic in 60 Steps program to call me, to message me, to WhatsApp me and stuff. And I can only take so many students. And now, as I say, we've got hundreds of students on the program, and I don't know if I'll take any more after these last 29 books have been posted. So so if you want to be part of that, inshallah, then I very, very highly encourage you to go and get that done. Yeah, and go and become part of it, inshallah. Okay, cool. Anything else you guys want to chat about before I go? Yeah, I know. وأنك حمحي. أفكار الصومالية قام ماكو هاد المانتا. But maybe another time, inshallah. Well, today wasn't really about that. It was just about me answering the questions, the true or false questions from my Instagram. But things on this channel are going to get a lot more Somali very soon, inshallah. I'm just scrolling back to see if there are any questions that I missed. Khabib versus Sam of Somalia. It's ridiculous. Yeah, my parents are very chilled out, alhamdulillah. They always have been. Okay, cool. Maybe we leave it there. True or false, is learning Somali as difficult as Arabic? So the statement. Um, um, oh, sorry, the biscuit question. And no, she didn't say the biscuit. She said, this is what she said. She said, no, thank you. That's how she addressed me. But sorry, yeah, there was a question about learning Somali is as difficult as Arabic. Good question. I would say yes. There's learning Somali and then there's learning Somali though. Like that there are things in Somali that are harder than Arabic, in my opinion. And there's pronunciation in Somali that's harder than Arabic, in my opinion. But you can get away with it with not doing it all fully in Somali, I feel like. Same with Arabic, like you can learn Arabic and then you can learn Arabic. But I think Somali is as hard, is as challenging as Arabic. Although not if you've already learned Arabic. I mean, if you've learned Arabic before, then Arabic would have been harder because it was the first language of that kind that you would have learnt, You know, your first, like for me, in my head, I think that Arabic is harder because I learned Arabic as my first, excuse me, my first non-European language. So that jump was harder. But now because I know Arabic, learning Somali feels much easier because like I'm just a more seasoned linguist, if you know what I mean. So yes, that's what I'd say. But the question I think wasn't about me, was it? It was just about generally, is Somali as hard as Arabic? Yes, it is. Yes, it is in my opinion. But with that being difficult, comes great rewards from that. Um, cool. Right, we're good. It was a good half an hour, wasn't it? Let's give it another 10 seconds. And if there are no good questions that come in, then I'll bid you all a very warm nabad giliyu. See. Right, cool. In that case, add بعد ugu mahadsantahin dawa shadina fadlan like share iyo subscribe. Assalamu alaikum iyo nabad giliyu. That's really it, isn't it? All right, guys, have a good one. Have a great week. Assalamu alaikum.